Alright. Oh my god, I look like I have crack lips. Hold on. Cracky lips, cracky lips, cracky lips. Alright. I thought I'd try my Star Wars lipstick, and instead I look like I've done some crack. Alright. Vlog. Oh my god, I couldn't hear myself. Vlog for Walker Stalker Con, New York, New Jersey. These are my sleep phones. The headphones that you wear you go to sleep. Anyway. Now that my voice is a bit hoarse, or whatever, because where my table was at, it was by the panels, the stage thing, and I had to like shout over everyone. And I'm already a loud person, but to do it constantly for 8 hours per day, it's kind of a little ridiculous. But anyway, so I came home from it. It was fun. It was just as fun as last year, but more memorable because last year felt like a blur to me. Probably because after I got home, I had 6 guns pointed at me. Thanks, racist neighbor. Anyway, this year the floor plan was a lot better. I wasn't put in like some spot where like no one knew there was like another aisle there kind of shit. They literally like took everything, like shifted it down more. So with that, because there was like 2 doors, like I guess the exit door, people like it just makes more sense. And then against like that back wall was like freaking, a bunch of like signing booths, like Regis and all that shit. So I bought way more stuff than I did last year. Last year I felt so like unprepared. I just had like my table and my friends, and we were just like there. This year it's like I got my table, I got a bigger banner, and got another table behind me to put my stuff. I was doing makeup, I was selling, I was cosplaying, all that fun stuff. And this year was 3 days rather than 2 days. Tons of fun. Really, really enjoyed it. Again, I will be doing this every year from now on because I really like it. It's very hard for me to find like conventions that suit my kind of work. Comic conventions work, but at the same time, my work isn't like traditional comic work, so it doesn't work that well. Like I'm an illustrator, I also have tons of fetuses that I sell, so it's kind of like not something that a lot of people, are into. Although a lot of people did like my fetus erasers, so awesome. So yeah, things went really well. Like the first day, it started off later in the day, which was great. So we were able to be kind of lazy and just kind of like show up and do shit. Saturday was fucking crowded and crazy. Sunday was even crazier because everyone's like, "Oh, I want to leave." I did like that because we were by the stage panel area. That the guy who like introduced everyone, I guess the MC or something, was really good about like, hey guys, the holidays are coming up. You have no excuse not to buy anything here. Yeah. And I was like, thank you, because he also came by. I think he went by everyone's table. He definitely came by my table, and we talked for a bit. And it was cool. Schmoozed a bit as you usually do with these places. Make friends and all that shit. Next to us was The Maze Runner, like the movie The Maze Runner. I think currently it's the second one, which is the Scorch Trials. The Scorch! It was funny because like during Saturday and Sunday in the mornings, like VIP gets an hour early access and then it's general admission. And so, during that hour, I usually just kind of like walk around, talk to people. There's a lot of room to stretch out. Get our, like soda and all that stuff. But it's funny because like right around like 10 o'clock, right? All of a sudden you hear a crowd of like wah! Like all that shit. Norman Reedus is in the house. It's like very obvious when he's in the house. It was kind of funny though, because like, in the hotel I stayed at, I think the guys from Comic Book Men stayed there, because definitely saw what's his name, Mike Zapsik, I think that's his name. I was going up the elevator and I just like looked and he was just like, hey, and I was like, oh my god, I saw Ming Chen when I was dressed as Negan, and he just looked at me like, man, he's like, I love your cosplay, but I fucking hate Negan. I'm like, no, me too, but and then Paul said, he's like, of course you would choose a character that everyone hates to cosplay, and I'm like, of course I would be the asshole, which is funny because it was kind of like literal night and day the 2 cosplays I did, which was Negan, which is like this fucking like, like fucking fragile masculinity fucking guy who's always talking about things getting balls deep and cussing like crazy. And then on Sunday I do like fucking Furiosa, which is according to MRAs a feminist propaganda. Anyway, those are other topics, but like this night and day costumes, like very opposite people. Can't speak. On Sunday, after the con was over and everyone's breaking their stuff down, like taking my stuff down, people are starting to leave, the con itself is starting to break down. you know, Paul's about to like grab the stuff to the car, and all of a sudden Paul goes, "Hey, yo, there goes your boy." And I was like, "My boy?" I look, and it's, you know, Norman Reedus, and there's like 5 to 6 like security guards. He had a cop next to him, two like, you know, in suits like security guys, and like some other dude was like working some different kind of security. You know, and there was like, and he's just there, and he's like surrounded. I looked, I was like, "Oh, there he is. That's Norman Reedus." And I think he went to go. Paul said he went to go move his car, and when we were leaving, we saw his car, nice ass Porsche. He was like, "Yeah, you know, your boy drives a Porsche." And I'm like, "I'm not surprised, you know, the fucking Walking Dead money must be fucking gold." But yeah, I think he moved his car on his way back. There was like some really, really young girl. She had to be at least like 13 or 14 or something. She had like blonde hair and all that stuff. She's a very adorable girl. And she kind of like wants to like go up to him, and like this one security guard was like practically palming her, like, "Here you go, back up, back up." And because Reed is such a sweet guy, he goes up to her, like I'm watching this from a distance, just waiting for Paul to get back. He was just like, "No, no, no," like to the security guard. He goes up to the girl, and he's like, "Oh," I see him sign the thing, and then he like hugs the girl, and she's like, you can see her, like, I just see the back of the girl, but you see her just like completely tense up, and he gives her like a peck on the cheek because he's a sweet guy. And then he like goes and walks, and you know, I think it's like his photo op thing, and it was like the last thing of the night, and the girl turns around. The girl was fucking crying, son. She, like, shit you not, like, ugly cried Jennifer Lawrence in Hunger Games, like, and of course it's, like, so, like, fucking television movie shit where, like, her, like, makeup was, like, starting to run. Like, total. It's so horrible that I'm laughing, but it's, like, I would love to, like, actually meet the guy and have an interaction. I'd probably be, like, slightly, like, a bumbling idiot because you don't know what to say, and then you're like, you like as you're waiting in line, that whole thing where you're like, "Oh, I always there's like all these different things I want to say to this person." So I'm like, and you go up to them, and you're like when I met Alex Ross, I was just like, "I do art, you do art. I go to art school, and I like your art," you know. But it's like that kind of shit, but not to like cry. I would just be like, "Oh shit, I totally just met them," oh, like excited, but she was fucking crying. It's so horrible. It's so horrible to be laughing. Like all throughout the night, like during dinner, I would just suddenly be eating something, and I would just be like, "The girl cried," and Paul's like, "Stop." Like, apparently I didn't realize, so like the next morning as I was about to like leave the hotel and stuff, Rita had posted online like, "Some crazy bitch bit him during the con." Like, why would you do that? I like that Paul was like, "Oh yeah, like the fangirls are gonna want that bitch dead." I'm like, probably. Probably. And that also means that his security might get boosted up even more, which is fucking ridiculous. Which is fine and totally understandable because people are crazy. Like I said, I'm a big fan of Norman Reedus. I love the man. But, you know, I kept at a distance. I saw him walking, I stayed. I didn't run up like, "I got Reedus!" You know, like, God, Jesus. It's just ridiculous. Yeah, that I just couldn't. Like, Paul comes back, he just sees me cracking up. And I told him, he's like, "No." Nah, son. Yeah. Anyway, I didn't really buy anything at the con. I really just bought like 2 things. I bought this, which is the, you know, Wild Bill. You see a reflection of the camera itself. The Wild Bill, the fucking old-fashioned soda pop company. WildBillsTheSoda.com. And and then it's got the special like Walker Soccer thing. It's all ice water right now. And yeah. So you pay $20 for this thing, and they have like 6 different types of soda and like a freaking barrel kind of thing. You fill up your own shit. It's all frothy and all that stuff. And you get to like have as much soda as you want for the entire day. Since I was a vendor, it was like, you know, I think because there were people in front of me, they were saying like, "Yeah, you get that, and then if you come back the next day, we'll give you a hand stamp, but you have to give us like $5 or like something," which is still not bad, like $5, $20 for the mug kind of thing, yada yada. Because I was vendor, I got free soda all fucking weekend because fuck it, and it was great because you just go up to them and be like, "Ice," and they're like, whoosh, and you're like, "Thank you." And you go over and you got your soda and you get your little sugar rush, you know, and all that stuff, which is great. And they sold out their fucking mugs. It was like, I think day 1. Yeah, it was day 1 because I was like sitting there and I'm like seeing everybody walking by. I'm like, why has everyone got like fucking like Stein on them, you know? And I thought it was like I thought it was something that you had to buy at like the special Walker Stalker booth, and usually it's like plastic, and you're like, ah, it's just like a plastic little tumbler thing. But I was like, shit, this is a fucking like, it's a fucking star, you know. And it was great because yeah, we had soda in there and get ice. It keeps it all cool. I'm obviously using it now, you know. Yeah. Then the other thing I bought was on Sunday, during Sunday, whatever. It was a black satin tie that has said Wayne Enterprises on it because Batman fan. Because there was one that says like Stark Industries. There's a really awesome green one that has like the freaking Hulk fist. A couple other really cool ones. Those people I ended up having a good chat with as well. Yeah, pretty good dialogue with some people. Some people not so much. Just putting it out there. Some people try to have good dialogues with, and it was very much a, like as you're me and this is them. Like, yeah, I know that's great. Just I'm too important for you, and I don't care. You know, and that happens at every convention. You know, you try to like. You know, like I said, have a dialogue, people try to talk to them, and some people are really cool wanting to talk to you, and others are just like, well, you could buy something or not, and it's like, okay, well, you know, like, geez, I've had people who are just looking at my table, and we end up just having a dialogue. They didn't buy anything, I'm not mad at them. There was an interaction, you know, as much as like, yeah, my main goal there, obviously, is to make money, that's why I'm there selling my stuff, but it's not, like, yeah, as long as the person wasn't just like, ah, like I had one person who was like, what the fuck, but it's fetuses, you're not gonna please everyone, you know. But then again, if you're here for a show that has a lot of dead bodies and gore and stuff, a little fetus here and there shouldn't surprise you or be that disgusting. Just saying. But yeah, that was Walker Stalker, New York, New Jersey. Again, I had tons of fun. I had lots of weird questions. Some people liked my cosplay, but for some probably didn't, you know. Some really, you know, douchebag guy got mad at my Negan bat, but, you know, it's part of it's because, yeah, I probably shouldn't have used real metal in it, but, you know, don't grab my fucking bat and tell me that you're gonna report me to the staff of the convention. But anyway, that's why sometimes you just